So this video is going to go into the complexity of leadership and strategy. And so we have this dimly lit room where a man sits at a table, deeply engrossed in a board strategy game. His brow furrows in concentration, each decision weighing heavily on his mind. Before him lies an intricate battlefield, marked by figurines representing various armies and factions. The scenario, while seemingly a simple pastime, encapsulates the complexities of leadership and strategy in warfare. As the man considers his next move, he must navigate not only the tactical elements of the game, but also the psychological threats posed by those around him, each with their own motives and desires. This video will explore the multifaceted nature of leadership, the importance of resource management, the dangers of deception, and the strategic thinking required to prevail in both the game and the broader context of war. As the man contemplates moving his army forward, he recognizes the critical importance of logistics. He must ensure that his troops are well supplied with food, tents, and basic comforts essential for sustaining morale on the road. War is the continuation of politics by other means, highlighting that effective supply lines can be the difference between victory and defeat. Without adequate resources, an army is vulnerable, leading to demoralization and disarray. The man's strategic planning must also incorporate not only immediate tactical maneuvers, but also a long term consideration regarding the sustenance of his forces. The physical battlefield is not the only arena where this man must compete. Behind him lurks an Asian woman with a dagger, her expression revealing a sinister intent. This figure represents the treachery and betrayal that can exist within ranks, a theme that resonates throughout military history. As Sun Tzu noted in The Art of War around 5th century BC, all warfare is based on deception. This man must remain vigilant against internal threats, recognizing that sometimes the most dangerous enemies are those who are the closest to you. Building trust within his army while being wary of betrayal is a delicate balance that every leader must navigate. Further complicating the situation is a dark skinned demon with glowing eyes who seeks to bind the man and thwart his movements. This figure symbolizes the external pressures and challenges that leaders face, often personified as overwhelming odds or hostile forces. In military strategy, psychological warfare is a crucial element, understanding that countering the enemy's intent is vital for maintaining a position of strategy and power. The man must therefore develop tactics to counteract these malevolent influences, using cunning and foresight to outmaneuver them. In addition to the immediate threats, the man is also aware of a green skinned woman with a rifle, poised to take him out from a distance. This element of the scenario underscores the importance of situational awareness and adaptability in leadership. Do you have the high ground or don't you? A leader must not only focus on enemies but anticipate hidden dangers that can rise unexpectedly. The face of battle is often obscured, requiring leaders to cultivate a comprehensive understanding of their environment. Most wars are often won by people on their home turf, their home soil, because they may use guerrilla warfare and turn that against the enemy. Then you have a winged figure that looks like a fallen angel, serving as a metaphor for the insidious nature of betrayal and leadership. This competitor is looking for a malevolent outcome. As Machiavelli argued in The Prince, leaders must be astute and strategic, often employing manipulation to maintain their position. The man's strategy must not only involve a clear vision for his own success, but a keen awareness of the ambitions of others who may wish to usurp that authority. Dangers lurk all around, and you never know who's trying to betray you. Amidst these threats, the man contemplates his own army's disadvantages and advantages. Recognizing the strengths of his forces is crucial, as is understanding their weaknesses. Effective leadership involves the ability to assess the strengths and weaknesses of one's own forces as those of the enemy as well. This reflective process will guide the man in developing a coherent strategy that capitalizes on his army's capabilities while addressing any potential vulnerabilities. Gaining the loyalty of his men is paramount. He is acutely aware of the lurking possibility of black magic being used against him, and this is the unpredictable and often uncontrollable factor that can impact a leader's fortune. Fear of losing luck or fortune due to malicious forces reflects the very real anxieties leaders face in high stakes environments. Developing resilience and fortitude against such external pressures is essential for enduring success. As noted by Liddell Hart, a leader must foster an environment where adaptability and strength can thrive, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. To win a war, the man understands that he must strategize a military position that allows him to flank his opponents effectively, like a pincer move. The concept of flanking is critical in both military and strategic games, representing the need to surprise and outmaneuver rivals. The principles of flanking and endurance highlight the importance of not only immediate victories, but sustaining efforts over time. A well planned and executed strategy can lead to decisive outcomes, as echoed by Jomini, who asserted that the strategic plan must take into account the morale and capabilities of one's own forces and the enemy. When you set fire to an enemy's storehouses and they see their food go up in flames, that can be quite demoralizing and work to your advantage. So, the bottom line is with leadership and warfare, you're going to have a myriad of challenges from logistical concerns to the ever present threat of betrayal and external forces seeking to undermine, including enemies allying with each other. You have to have strategic foresight to navigate these obstacles, and the essence of leadership lies in understanding both the battlefield and the human elements of psychology that influence outcomes, allowing for the development of a robust strategy leading to ultimate success. In other words, really and truly, have you accounted for all the different scenarios, the potentialities, and the possibilities? Using decisional trees in game theory may help with this because if you can go through the outcomes and look to see which are the most likely outcomes and which are the least likely outcomes, you can plan for each and dedicate a certain amount of your resources to handling all of these different possibilities and potentialities. Even Napoleon, considered a great general as he was, lost to Haiti when the Haitian Revolution ended up being successful. And Napoleon had later losses in life when he overextended his troops, thinking that he could conquer most of the Eastern world and most of Europe, when not realizing that he overcommitted himself sometimes, and that in overcommitting himself, his enemies were able to team up, cut off his supplies, and put him in a very precarious position. So the man always lauded as the world's greatest general, still himself at the end of it all faced a defeat, and this forced him to sort of sink into a great state of melancholy where he had to admit that he was beat, and ultimately his enemies captured him and he was exiled. At the end of the day, there are always many, many hidden forces at play. And while it would be nice to have a rosy view of the world where everyone is nice and all is well and good and everything is on the up and up and what you see is what you get, that is just not the case. There are many, many things that must be taken into account because, quite frankly, with great power comes great responsibility. When one has many gifts, there are going to be those all around who are going to be envious, who are going to be doing their damnedest to take a person down a few pegs, doing their best to make sure that they can outthink the other person. If nothing else, if the one person is simply a leader in their own right and the allies band together, then multiple heads can be better than one. You may have a whole fleet of generals conspiring together to find a strategy to take you down and to ruin your position and to make your best laid plans go up in flames. If you enjoyed this message, please like, share, and subscribe. If you're new here, you're welcome. This is a safe space. All are welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate you so much. You make this channel great. I love you. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance, blessings and protections, if you so deserve. In the name of the Most High God, I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Signing off.